Now we will see the state observer. State observer. There are two types of state observers. The first is full order state observer, and second is reduced order state observer. So there are the two types: full order state observer and reduced order state observer. In our syllabus there is only full order state observer is mentioned, so we will see the design of full order state observer. Now we will see the full order state observer. So again there are three types of methods are there. As we know, the design of the control system by pole placement method, there are the three methods are given. One is by using transformation matrix. Here the transformation matrix is denoted by Q, and in the pole placement method the transformation matrix is denoted by T. So this is the difference. And second is by direct substitution method. By direct substitution method. And third is using Ackermann's formula. Using Ackermann's formula. There are two pole placement methods. Ackermann formula is something different, and for full order state observer the Ackermann formula is different, but it is given by the Ackermann's only, so it is called as the Ackermann's formula. So it is the design by using the Ackermann's formula, designed by using by direct substitution method, and designed by using the transformation matrix. Now, so to design the full state observer by any of this method, first in the step 1, check observability of the system. Check observability of the system, whether the system is observable or not. So that first we have to find out, that first we have to check it. If the system is observable, then we can go by any one of the methods, that is using transformation matrix or by direct substitutions or by Ackermann's formula, any one of these three. So first we will check the observability of the system. So observability system, it is given by the formula M0, it is equals to, this is my observability matrix, it is equals to C transpose, this is A transpose C transpose dot A transpose square C transpose dot dash dash A raised to A transpose raised to power n minus 1 C transpose and bracket complete, or the matrix complete. So this is the transform observability matrix is there. Here put the values of the C transpose and A transpose and calculate all these values, and we will check whether the matrix is of full rank matrix or not. If it is a full rank matrix, then we can say that the system is observable. If it is the reduced order rank, then we can say that it is not a observable system. So that we have already done in so many numericals the same way that we will apply here, and we will check the observability. Now we will go for the method 1. So we will see the method 1. Here I am giving you the steps how to solve the numericals by using transformation matrix. Using transformation matrix. Now see here, the transformation matrix is given by Q, and the formula for the Q, it is equals to here it is equals to M0 W inverse. M0 W inverse. Sorry, this is transpose. This is transpose. M0 transpose multiplied by W, and it is of inverse. It is of inverse of this one. This is the Q matrix. That is my transformation matrix. It is transformation matrix. This is transformation matrix. In pull placement method, transformation matrix T, it is given by MC multiplied by W. Here it is M0 transpose, MO transpose multiplied by W, and it is of inverse. And this W is same as that of your this one, pull placement method. Now this W, we will write down this W. W, it is equals to A n minus 1, A n minus 2, so on, A1, and then 1. Then here is A n minus 2, A n minus 3, here is 1, and here is 0. Here is 0. If it comes down, then here is A1, then 1, and all are 0 0. All are 0 0. And sorry, see here, it is same one. An minus 1, An minus 2, A1 and 1, then An minus 2, An minus 3, then 1 and 0. So this way we will come here. So the second last becomes A1, here is 1, and then 0 0, and the last row becomes 1 0, and all the elements are 0 0. All the elements are 0 0. So this is our W. This is our W. So M0 that we will have here, that we will take the transpose of these ones, and we will take the product of this and the inverse of this one, the inverse of this product. So we will get the transformation matrix, that is Q. Transformation matrix Q. But the condition is that if system is observable, if the system is observable, if system is observable, then Q, it is equals to I. Q, it is equals to I. That is the identity matrix. Identity matrix. That means the diagonal terms are 1 1 1, and all the other elements are 0 0 0. So Q, it is equals to I. If it is a system is observable, then we will simply put the Q, it is equals to I. Q, it is equals to I. Now in this one, so this is the first step. Okay, so Q that we can find out by this this one. Now here find out Si minus A. Si minus A, it is equals to 0. It is equals to 0. So this we can have Si minus A, we will get this equation s raised to n plus A1 s raised to n minus 1 plus A2 s raised to n minus 2 plus so on, plus A n minus 1 into s plus An, it is equals to 0, plus An, it is equals to 0. So this series we have. this series we have Si minus A, we know the Si, that is the identity matrix multiplied by S, and A, that is our system parameter matrix that we will put there, and we will find out the determinant of these ones, and we have the characteristics equation, that is S raised to n plus this one up to an it is equal to 0. So this way we will get the values of a1 to an. Determine values of a1 to an. So from Si minus A that we will have, and now we will have the desired characteristics equation or desired polynomial equation, that we have S minus mu1, that is the desired location of the poles, that is S minus mu1, S minus mu2 up to S minus mu1 it is equals to 0. So we will put the values of mu1 mu2 up to mu1 here, then we will get it is equals to S raised to n plus alpha 1 S raised to n minus 1 plus alpha 2 S raised to n minus 2 plus so on, plus alpha n minus 1 into S plus alpha n it is equals to 0. From this one, determine the values of alpha 1, alpha 2 up to alpha n. From this one, determine the values of alpha 1 to alpha n. This value we can find out. Now we know the value of a1, a2, a3 from the characteristics equations, and we have the values of alpha 1, alpha 2 up to alpha n from the desired polynomial equation, and we have calculated the value of the Q from this equation. Q means transformation matrix by using these equations. Now we know Q, we know A1, we know alpha, we know A, and we know alpha, so we can find out the state observer matrix. It is denoted by KE. It is equals to Q multiplied by here is alpha n minus an, then alpha n minus 1 and an minus 1 up to alpha 1 minus a1, this one. Put the value of the Q matrix here, and alpha n an, do the multiplication of this matrix, we will get the values of the KE. So this way we can find out the state observer matrix by using the transformation method, Second is direct substitution. Method 2, direct substitution method. In this one, we will put the values of directly KE in the characteristics equations itself, and then we will equate with your desired characteristics equation, and we will find out the values of the respective KE value. So the equation becomes, the put KE in characteristics equation, we get Si minus A plus ke multiplied by c, it is equals to 0. It is equals to 0. You remember always these equations, si minus a plus ke into c, it is equals to 0. In these equations, the a is given by system, c is given by the system, si, that is my identity matrix, and ke is the unknown. Ke is the unknown. So in this equation, ke is the only unknown, c is there. So from this one ke, that we will get the equation, we will expand these ones and we will get the equation in terms of ke, in terms of k. So this is my first equation. This is my first equation. And then desired characteristics equation, we get s minus mu1, s minus mu2 up to s minus mu3, it is equals to 0. Mu3, it is equals to 0. So we will expand these ones and we will get again s raised to n plus alpha 1 s raised to n minus 1 plus alpha 2 s raised to n minus 2 plus so on, plus alpha n minus 1 into s plus alpha n, it is equals to 0, plus alpha n, it is equals to 0. So this we will have, and we will equate these equations with the equation 1. This is my equation number 2. Equate equation 1 and 2, we get ke, it is equals to, this is kn minus 1 up to k1, this value we will get. We will have the ke matrix, that is the full state observer matrix, that is kn minus 1 up to k1, so this way we can find out. Now the third method is there, that is the method 3, using Ackermann's formula. Here the Ackermann's formula is given by the equation. Here the Ackermann's formula, that is the ke is given by the Ackermann's formula. It is equals to phi a multiplied by c a, then c a square up to c a raised to n minus 1 multiplied by 0 0 0 up to 1. The last value becomes 1. And here is the inverse. This is the inverse. C a square and c a raised to n minus 1, the complete matrix, the inverse of this matrix multiplied by 0 0 0 0, and last term becomes 1, and this is the our ke. So whatever the product of this one, that is nothing but the matrix ke. Now this phi a, so this phi a we can find out from the desired polynomial, Now see here, for this one, this phi a, first we will find out the phi s. Phi of s, it is equals to s minus mu1, s minus mu2 up to s minus mu3, so this we can find out. Phi s, it is equals to phi minus mu1, phi minus mu2 up to phi minus mu3. This we can find out. So this phi s, if we expand this one, then we get s raised to n plus alpha 1 s raised to n minus 1 plus alpha 2 s raised to n minus 2 plus 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 so on alpha n minus 1 into s plus alpha n plus alpha n. So this is our phi of s. Phi of s. Now we will substitute or replace this s by a. So we have phi a. So this becomes a raised to n plus alpha 1 as it is, and this s is replaced by a. So this becomes a raised to n minus 1 plus alpha 2 as it is, plus this s is replaced by a, that is n minus 2 plus so on, plus this alpha n as it is, alpha n minus 1 as it is, and multiplied by a, plus this alpha n as it is, and we will multiply this by I. Multiply this by I. Now we will put the value of the a here. We will put the value of the a here. Alpha 1, alpha 2, we will get it from the equation, and we will put the value of a, and we will calculate the phi. We will calculate the phi, and this value we will put it in the equation, that is phi a, it is equals to this one. C is the system matrix and A is the system parameter matrix, that is already known, and we will take the product of these ones, and the matrix of that is inverse, and we will multiply this by 0 0 1. Phi a we will calculate by phi a, we can calculate by using this formula, and we will put this value of the phi a in the equation here. In the equation here, C is my output matrix and A is my system parameter matrix, that we can calculate this one. We will have the inverse for this one, and then we will multiply this by 0 0 0 0 to 1, and this way we will get the matrix K. We will get the matrix K. So these are the three methods. These are the three methods, and these are the steps by which we can find out the full state observer. We can find out the full state observer.